This is how we get him to talk.
Why is your shirt off?
Why is his shirt off?
I don't know.
Red Notice 2 has been in the works for a few years now, and while there hasn't been a ton of official news, some details have slowly leaked out since the first movie dropped. The original Red Notice became one of the most watched films ever on Netflix, an action comedy with a star-studded cast featuring Ryan Reynolds, Gal Gadot, and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. The story follows FBI agent John Hartley, who teams up with notorious art thief Nolan Booth to stop an even bigger thief, Sarah Black, from stealing 3 rare, valuable eggs. The movie hit Netflix on November 5, 2021, and despite getting slammed by critics, scoring just 37% on Rotten Tomatoes, it still racked up over 43.9 million hours watched. Essentially, it was a classic, big-budget blockbuster made for the streaming age, packed with stars, featuring a $200 million budget and delivering fun stunts and plot twists. Since the film's leads are no strangers to blockbuster franchises, Red Notice 2 was already on the table before the first movie even came out. Even though not much has been confirmed since 2021, there has been plenty of buzz. The latest update came from Gal Gadot in June 2023 at a fan event during Netflix's Tudum. She confirmed that the sequel is still happening and that the script has already been completed. She said, "We're all talking about it. I don't know if I can say anything. I already read the second script and it's, woo! We're all very excited about it." This was the biggest news about the sequel in months, and a pretty exciting revelation for fans who have been hoping the film is still in the works. Gadot's excitement about reading the Red Notice 2 script raised a lot of speculation, especially for fans wondering where the sequel will take the story. Her enthusiasm suggests the script might be something special, potentially expanding the dynamics between the characters or introducing new twists that build on the first film's formula. If her reaction is anything to go by, the sequel could be ramping up the action, humor, and stakes, which could have a major impact on how the story plays out. The fact that the script is already finished means the groundwork for the film is in place. But it also suggests that the team is now refining it to make sure it's even bigger and better. This could allow more time to perfect the pacing, story, and character arcs, possibly addressing some of the criticisms from the first film's mixed reviews. A completed script also opens the door for deeper character development, particularly for Reynolds, Gadot, and Johnson. Each of them could get a chance to explore new layers of their roles. Gadot's excitement might also hint at surprising plot twists or unexpected connections between the characters, making the sequel even more engaging. Fans can likely expect the same blend of action, humor, and twists, but with an even more polished storyline. This could make for a more satisfying second movie, expanding the Red Notice universe while keeping the elements that made the first film so popular. Despite Gadot's enthusiastic comments about Red Notice 2, things are still uncertain. There's been no official confirmation from the studio or production team, and the road to the sequel has been a bumpy one. Since the first movie's release, there have been hints that more Red Notice content was coming. Dwayne Johnson teased a sequel shortly after the film's premiere, but real movement on the project didn't happen until October 2022, when producers Beau Flynn and Hiram Garcia revealed that Red Notice 2 Wines and Red Notice 3 Sides were both in development. They even hinted that the 2 sequels might be filmed back-to-back, depending on how the scripts shape up and whether the cast is willing to return. However, there's still no clear timeline for when production will start, which isn't a great sign for fans hoping for a quick sequel. Adding to the uncertainty, reports in May 2024 suggested that there may have been tension between Ryan Reynolds and Dwayne Johnson on set during the first film, which could complicate plans for a sequel. While some members of the team are still eager to move forward, and Netflix has shown interest, major hurdles, like actor dynamics and how the script is received, will have to be resolved before things move forward. So far, Gadot is the only one from the main Red Notice cast to talk about a sequel recently. If Red Notice 2 happens, she'll likely return as Sarah Black, aka the Bishop. If Reynolds and Johnson can work past their issues, they should be back as Booth and Hartley to complete the trio. Another character who could return, especially after the first film's ending, is Ritu Arya's Inspector Urvashi Das. No official plot details have been confirmed, but since Red Notice ended on a cliffhanger, the sequel could pick up right where it left off. At the end of the first movie, Booth confronts Hartley and Black, revealing that he froze their bank accounts after they left him handcuffed in the jungle. He tells them he'll return their money if they help him with another heist. Meanwhile, Inspector Das issues an international Red Notice for all three of them, suggesting that Red Notice 2 will follow them working together as a team instead of as rivals. Recent reports of a feud between Ryan Reynolds and Dwayne Johnson could be a major issue for Red Notice 2 and Netflix's action franchise. Before getting into the specifics, it's worth noting that this isn't the first time Johnson has been involved in behind-the-scenes drama. In May 2024, reports surfaced that he had been arriving late on the set of his movie Red One, sometimes as much as 8 hours late or not showing up at all. This unprofessional behavior reportedly added $50 million to the film's budget due to delays. Shortly after, another report surfaced about similar problems on the Red Notice set. Allegedly, Johnson's tardiness led to conflict with Reynolds. At one point, Johnson showed up 5 hours late, causing Reynolds to lose his temper. As a result, the two actors reportedly didn't speak for years, though they have since reconciled. If these reports are accurate, Johnson's lack of professionalism could be a major reason for delays in several of his upcoming projects. And the tension between him and Reynolds could explain why Red Notice 2 has been delayed for nearly 3 years. It's difficult to film a movie, especially one that depends on strong chemistry between its leads, when those leads aren't even speaking to each other. While Johnson has a packed schedule, Red Notice was a massive hit for Netflix, so the studio likely would have prioritized a sequel if everyone had been on board. Despite the delays, there's still hope that Red Notice 2 could surpass the original. With the setup already in place, the sequel has the potential to fix some of the first movie's shortcomings. Additionally, reports from 2023 suggested that Johnson might be shifting his focus toward more meaningful films, like an A24 movie directed by Benny Safdie. If true, this could explain his hesitation to commit to another big-budget project, as his career priorities might be changing. And that wraps up today's video. Stay updated on all the latest movie news by hitting that subscribe button and giving this video a thumbs up. Doing so ensures you never miss out on future updates. Thanks for tuning in. See you in the next one. And remember, suggestions for future videos are always welcome, so drop them in the comments below. This version keeps it engaging while making sure it fits your Soul Survivor channel's faceless format. Let me know if you need any tweaks.